we should be alone. We could get
Biden. He's going to be in Buffalo.
Welcome to Washington Today on C-SPAN Radio for Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. President Joe Biden calling white supremacy a poison.
She's soaking wet. She naked, soaking wet.
Those who promote racist white replacement theory. As the president speaks in Buffalo, New York, site of last weekend's mass shooting, he said the killing of 10 African Americans and wounding of 3 more was domestic terrorism. But he promises evil will not win, hate will not prevail. Infant formula shortages on the U.S. House Democratic agenda. A couple of bills to be voted on this week designed to get more product.
Always liked C-SPAN since I was younger. President Biden in Buffalo denounces white supremacy after that mass shooting. It was no good. It was no good. I seen the picture of the guy. Nothing to be proud of. I didn't get too far into it, but it was a good day for me, and then I seen what happened, and that wasn't very good. And then there was another one. And I liked how it sort of went in the news, though, this time. It's all about not really, as they say, promoting the person that did anything bad. It's more about enlightening that folks about all the positivity that could be done and in the world and in your own lives. That's what this monument here and what have you represents and whatnot to me. That guy, the whole thing is just nonsense. The kid could have been anything, or the guy could have been anything, and the people had their lives too.
Violence inflicted in the service of hate and the vicious thirst for power that defines one group of people being inherently inferior to any other group. A hate that through the media and politics, the internet, has radicalized, angry, alienated, lost, and isolated individuals into falsely believing that they will be replaced, that's the word, replaced, by the other.
You can go listen to that entire Biden on C-SPAN. He's got much to say. You can see that entire and listen to that where he's talking on C-SPAN on YouTube and whatnot. Go check it out. It's a really good one. And there's also a video to go with it. The full event, featured clip. He talks. It's a good one. Good one for America. It's a good one if you're sort of down and you need pushed back up or what have you. It's almost a booster, but without the shot. You just got to listen to Biden and his words. And you're going to build back better. That's what they've been saying. But it's also about not once you built it, sort of to hold on to things, hunker down. But one way to hunker down is we have to eliminate those drugs and whatnot. That marijuana, as much as they want to say it's good and everything, generally you don't want it. They're even losing limbs to that. You heard about it, that gator disease or whatever. There's a gator disease. So that is why the Schedule Act and everything like that, Scheduling Act, with the drugs and everything, that's got to remain, I think. You know, you've heard a lot about them legalizing, and they did it in certain areas, but when it comes to the federal level and all that, I think it's best like this. I've seen in Canada, we've legalized, and I testify, and I'm a marijuana user legally, but it's not good. I agree with the United States. I'm an addict. I agree that I'm an addict. And I've seen the damage that the marijuana does, not just marijuana. Not, what about the others? The others get even worse. It's unbelievable. I deal with it all the time, the damaging effects of methamphetamine and all that. It doesn't come to. There's this one guy in my building. Everybody's pretty cool, but he's a methamphetamine addict. So now my stuff, my property's at risk. It gets damaged. All because this guy's a crazy, jealous methamphetamine addict. His name's Mike or whatever. But that's all the way around. Or just marijuana. And that's why it's illegal. And it remains illegal. It's like the stuff they put up with. The law enforcement, the police. With these drug addicts. They're doing all types of really bad crimes. That's why it should remain illegal, and it does. Even the marijuana. I have an e-bike. I saved up my money for years and years and starved and worked hard under God. And a marijuana addict tries to ruin it because they spend all their money on marijuana. So that all the people that are good people have a vehicle and all that, and they're doing everything they're supposed to do, we get hurt by these marijuana addicts. Not just car accidents, but theft, robbery. Okay? That is why the DEA, it's so bad with the drugs. They try to make it seem like it's something not harmful. It's so bad with the drugs, they had to compile this organization, the Drug Enforcement, and all that. Because it's so bad with it, with the crime, they have to send in armed officers. All to do with just drugs. Or even more geared up. They have the tactical and whatnot. Yeah, the Drug Enforcement Agency. Anyways, and it's easy. Sometimes it's easy to catch somebody when you're on duty with your job or whatever, but then you go home and that guy next to you is the guy that needs to go to jail, but it's hard to explain sometimes. Everybody deals with it. But it starts at the root level of the law and the reason why the drugs are illegal and the reason why, it just balances itself out. Anybody that's not on the drugs or whatever with the illegal stuff, really, those people are like the good people in society generally, just automatically. Because when you're a drug addict, that's that crocodile disease. Crocodile. I've witnessed a couple of people in Canada have that crocodile disease from marijuana. And I even got a little bit of it too. Crocodile disease, they got it. And it's from the drugs. Even marijuana. That thing where your bones are rotten and all that. I know guys that have lost their limbs because of marijuana. They're not taking proper baths. They're just smoking. Marijuana. It's supposed to be illegal. They talked about reefer madness. It's a real thing. It's full of bugs, these marijuanas. And you smoke it, you think, I'm going to spend my money on it. I'm going to feel so good. But then after a while, you just start itching and itching and itching. Like Nicki Minaj says, the itchy scratchy or whatever, you know? That's the marijuana. And then people are like, oh my God, I've been smoking this thing for 10 years or whatever, and they don't have no money, and that's the marijuana. And then some of them turn to violence and turn to anger and turn to murder, what have you, or even worse, because of the reefer madness. Or how about touching my e-bike because you're so spending all your money on marijuana for so many years that you feel like you have to hurt somebody's property because you have such a psychotic, weirdo thing that goes on because of your marijuana addiction. It's a devil. And those people deserve to go to jail. I think it should be legal where if you need some marijuana, but you shouldn't be like this evil devil. If you turn into that evil devil person, that reefer madness, where you're hurting people, like actually breaking their stuff or stealing, then you have to go to jail. It's not right. That's why in the United States, even 1 gram is illegal in some states. You go to jail. You have to learn. Because certain businesses, they don't conduct business like that with the high marijuana. And you're all itchy and you're scratchy and some of them are really bad. I'm one of the best ones because I'm a famous person like that works hard to make every nickel and dime extra that I have. And then you've got these people that just smoke their whole life away and somehow they're like in our society and they are like full of reefer madness. Like Mike Buddy. And he's not my buddy. He's a really bad guy, man. I wish he would go to jail. He hurt my bike. He stole my iPhone. It's one thing after the next with this guy. Then whatever, dude. Whatever. But it remains illegal at the federal level. For a reason. Audible in a Amazon company.
Oh, just my luck.
Mark turned Mother-Lode around. There was another entrance ramp to the 410 about 2 miles down the road. He glanced at his watch. There were a couple of minutes to go before he had to call in. Mark slowed Mother-Lode to a stop as a traffic light turned red.
Oh, you have got to be kidding.
Suddenly, Mark felt his cab door open up and turned to see a man in a ski mask climbing into his rig. Mark tried to push the man back onto the road. Before Mark could get the first man out of his truck, a second man had jumped into the passenger side door and was pulling Mark out from behind the steering wheel.
Let go of the damn wheel!
It all went down in under 30 seconds.